Everyone, I'll call the meeting to order. Any disclosure of pecuniary interests and general nature thereof? Seeing none, reading confirmation of the minutes, resolution of the minutes of the Council Planning Committee meeting held on February 2nd, 2026 be approved. Moved by Councillor Enright Miller, second by Councillor Kelly. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. I have some opening remarks. The public meeting is being heard by the Council Planning Committee, and public notice has been given in accordance with the Planning Act. The citizen appointees are Mr. John Baltudis, Mr. Paul Jennings, Mr. Tyler Fenton, and Ms. Sarita Van Dyke. They may ask questions and participate in the discussion to assist in recommendations to City Council, but may not make motions or vote in connection with the public meeting. An important update, as per Bill 185, the right to appeal a planning decision is now further restricted. Appeals are limited to the applicant, the minister, approval authorities, public bodies, and specified persons who have made oral or written submissions prior to the adoption of the official plan amendment or zoning bylaw amendment. Specified persons are defined in the Planning Act and are made up of a limited list of entities, mainly consisting of impacted utility providers or telecommunication infrastructure providers. Therefore, it is crucial that those directly affected to make their submissions known during this public meeting. The Engineering and Development Services Department will consider comments received at this public meeting, as well as written comments in analyzing the applications that are part of the public meeting tonight. For further information on how to provide comments to the city regarding an application from this public meeting, please email planning@belleville.ca. A recommendation report will be brought forward upon receipt of all agency and public comments in the future. Any persons wishing to be advised of the Council Planning Committee's recommendations regarding today's applications are requested to leave their name and address on the appropriate notification sheet on the clipboard beside the podium. Moving on to public meetings, 5.1, Notice of Public Meeting Zoning Bylaw Amendment Bylaw 2024-100, 25 Old Bay Bridge Road. File number is PLZBA 2025-0251. If staff could present the application, please.
Thank you, Chair. The subject property, municipally known as 25 Old Bay Bridge Road, is located south of the Canadian Pacific Railway Corridor and east of Old Bay Bridge Road. The site is approximately 2.94 hectares in lot area and is currently zoned mixed-use type 2-1 zone and open space. The current MX2-1 zone includes special provisions to permit the development of 3 15-story condominium high-rise multi-unit buildings for a total of 302 residential units. However, this proposal would facilitate a different form of development consisting of 190 stacked and back-to-back townhouse units, a mixed-use mid-rise multi-unit building, and a mixed-use low-rise multi-unit building for a total of 213 dwelling units. The proposal includes a total of 288 off-street parking spaces, comprised of 202 spaces for residents, 53 spaces for visitors, and 33 spaces intended to serve commercial uses. A multi-use pathway is also proposed throughout the property to improve the connectivity between Zwick's Park and the downtown. To facilitate the proposed development, the applicant is requesting a rezoning of the subject lands from mixed-use type 2 zone with special provisions to a residential type 2 zone with special provisions. The requested special provisions relate to additional dwelling types, accessory commercial uses, minimum aisle width, minimum setbacks, minimum landscape area, minimum amenity space, minimum lot area, maximum building height, building design requirements, minimum shoreline setback, and noise mitigation measures. The site is designated city center and open space. No development is proposed on the portion of the land designated open space. At this time, staff have not received any comments from the public regarding this application. Thank you, Chair. Back to you.
Thank you. Is anyone wishing to speak to the application?
Hello.
Hello.
Just a moment. Okay. Hi, my name is Beverly Saunders. I work for LGL Limited. I'm a senior land use planner, and I'm representing the developer for the site. The developer's Harbour 2025 LP, and then they're also associated with MDM Development, so I may use them interchangeably, so just wanted to let you know that before I start. There's obviously a lot of history on this particular file, but I just wanted to speak specifically to this developer because they took over the property after the original approvals for this site. So it's a reputable developer with a significant presence in Ontario, and they specialize in developments in settlement areas. And they've led, I just had a chat with the developer recently, but 5 shoreline waterfront developments in this region. So they have a specialization in sort of marketing and building these types of developments. And they're also very committed to this particular property. So there's been a lot of investment in this property to move it forward, multiple years of market research of what we can move forward with for this particular site, but then also just a desire to create a development that will be a cornerstone to Belleville that will connect the downtown to the shoreline. And so I just wanted to give that up front because I know there's been a lot of history on this particular file, so I'll go from there. So I just wanted to give for MDM specifically some example shoreline developments. This is one specifically in Fenelon Falls that they've done recently. And I just gave some example developments of that, or pictures of that particular development, which has been ongoing. And then for this site in particular, so as you all know, it's a 25 Old Bay Bridge Road. It's a brownfield site, a connector between the downtown and the shoreline. And there's existing approvals for 3 relatively large apartment buildings with ground floor commercial currently. There's been multiple past studies as well as studies in support of this particular application, which will include 190 stacked townhomes. Again, these are very flexible numbers. We've included a concept plan and a zoning proposal that would enable the phasing of this development to meet market conditions. But we've included in the concept plan 190 stacked townhomes with a variety of of bedroom types. So everything from studios to 4 bedrooms, which has been more conducive to the market in this particular area. So making sure that we have larger scale units that can accommodate populations in this region. And it's including mixed use apartments, particularly on the walkway down to the shoreline. So we'll show you some renderings very quickly. But there's a walkway sort of through the road, which I wish I had a pointer, but I don't. But that goes down the road, and there's a ground floor commercial along that path. So there'd be opportunities for cafes, sort of this street level commercial to get people from the downtown to the shoreline. And that was very important for the developer to incorporate within the proposal. I've included just some quick renderings here. Again, these are all conceptual in nature, and we'll be working with the city on design aspects of the property, but I wanted to give you a sense of ground floor looks. So it will include a total, and I'll go back to here, but a total of 213 units. So the 190 stacked townhomes, and then we also have shown 23 apartment buildings on the mixed use buildings. There's a variety of walking paths, amenity spaces, and pathways generally to connect the downtown to the shoreline. And I'm here to answer any questions if there's anything specifically. I've included some supplemental slides if we have questions that are related. But for now, I'll just leave it to there, and then you let me know.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Councillor Kelly.
Thank you, through you, Chair. Thanks for the presentation. You said the townhouses could be, my notes are 4 bedrooms or a studio. So can you kind of give us a breakdown of what the cost would be to get one of those?
The costs. So the developer's here. I can have him speak to that specifically. So I do want to clarify. So the townhomes are not the studios. So there wouldn't be townhomes specifically that have studio. those would be associated with the apartment complexes. I maybe let the developer speak to pricing, if that's helpful, and then I'll be here for other questions. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good evening, all. My name is Thomas Binzik. I work for MDM Developments, also Harbour 25 LP. So, costs of these things, they're going to be directly correlated to construction costs, which right now are kind of flatlining. We expect them to go down. I can give you a ballpark. We have a variety of kind of end users we're targeting here. We obviously have some premium waterfront units there at the front. Those are going to be more expensive. In terms of a hard number, we're probably looking in just comparing to previous projects, probably in the 500-600 for the kind of 2 to 3 bedroom townhomes, that kind of range.
Thank you. And am I allowed another one, Chair? Thank you.
Go ahead.
I know there was lots of excitement in the city when the towers were potentially going up. Some residents did reach out to me and mentioned that they felt that the price was a little out of their ballpark. Was there a specific reason why those didn't take off, and the changing game plan?
I think it was, and I might be getting out over my skis here because I'm not the boss of my company, but we simply timed the market didn't align with the timing of the launch. I think we launched for sale in 2023, and the condo market, and these, I should mention that the towers are exclusively condo apartments. We didn't have anything that kind of was like a single-family home-esque thing, townhomes, anything like that. And the condo market pretty much across the province, across the country, tanked. I'm sure you all see the headlines. Yeah, it was unfortunate timing.
And follow up through you, Chair. Last question is, if everything was to move ahead smoothly, when could we see the homes popping up and being ready for citizens of Belleville to move in an area?
The beauty of pivoting to the change in built form here, the townhomes, they're much quicker to build. So I would anticipate if we got zoning and approvals, we are currently targeting to open for sale this summer. And a townhome, some of the townhomes in there, you're looking at maybe a 12-month build. So next year, end of next year.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Councillor Enright Miller.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. It's very exciting because we've all sort of been waiting for this to happen. The apartment style, will they be condos or will they be retained by the developer as rentals?
We are currently planning for them to be condos. Yep.
And I just want to add, not only is the change in the condo market for large, but it's partially the cost it takes to do a 15-story building. You have to sell a certain number of units. So one of the reasons we've transitioned to this model is you can phase in smaller amounts. You can sell 8 or 10 and then phase to build those right away, right? And then that helps with the financing of the rest of the project. So I just want to mention that this particular model also just allows for this phasing to happen more expediently so that we're not held up to this trying to get a certain number of sales to start moving forward. Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
Sorry, thank you through you, Chair. So the whole site would be a phased, not a registered condo each on its own?
They would be, we are currently planning for this to be totally condominiumized, but it would be built in phases, and the current plan would be for, if you see the colored blocks there, each one would kind of be its own condo corp so that we could build it out sequentially.
Councillor Henderson.
Thank you, through you, Mr. Chair. Just a few questions, if I could. There was a mention that there are other developments Is that locally or in other areas? You mentioned Fenland Falls, but were there some others locally?
Correct. Well, I mean, when Beverly said local, I mean,
I meant in Ontario. but yeah.
this is the farthest east we've gone. Belleville is. But yeah, Fenland Falls, we've got a building going up in Lindsay now, building in Barrie, Bracebridge, all over kind of that area north of the GTA. That's where we started out from. And yeah, but Belleville is the furthest east.
Okay, thank you. And let me see here. Approximately, what would a size of a studio apartment be? Or what's the proposal for that, if you know?
I can get it for you. Just,
Okay.
yeah, 1 second.
All right, I have a few others, so maybe I'll just ask
Sure,
those. Sorry.
yeah, Beverly knows that.
Okay, let's see here. So just looking at this, the road access, is it coming off of Dundas? Is it coming off of Baybridge, Old Baybridge?
It'll be
Road, or both?
exclusively off of Old Baybridge Road.
Oh, so it's not coming off of Dundas?
It will not be coming off of
Okay.
Dundas.
So no really crossing of the tracks at that point?
No,
Okay.
our development won't use that. I believe the marina will continue to use
Okay.
that as their access, but we won't, it'll be, sorry, I should be 100% correct. It'll be emergency access only. So there will be a kind of gated thing for fire trucks and whatnot to get through, but our residents won't be using it.
Okay, thank you. And so as far as starting construction, it was just brought up, obviously you're doing pre-sales to get the condos moving. What would be the baseline of sales that you'd have to have before things start?
So typically in the construction financing world, you need about 70% sold of a given phase in order to start financing. And as Beverly was mentioning, that's a big advantage to this townhome thing, because we can pick a small block and we can pick a block of 5 townhomes, we only need to sell 4 of them, and then we can build. Unlike the towers where we needed to sell a lot more.
Okay. Let's see here. I think just the one other question, if you have it. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm just looking for them. We have a concept that has all of them side by side.
Okay.
But I'm just having a hard time locating it because I don't have internet. So just one
You
moment.
should have internet.
Sorry, through you, Mr. Chair.
No, it's okay.
So will that be all of the unit sizes, or you just have?
Yes, I'll have all of them.
Oh, perfect. Okay, that's great.
With the caveat that like everything that we're showing here is still at the very conceptual level. We haven't touched detailed design on this.
That's
Nope,
right.
perfect.
Can we just get those after?
I'll send
Sure,
those in
yeah.
a second.
Yeah,
Give me
after's
one
fine. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no
And,
problem.
you know, exciting development. Glad to see it. And
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Any other questions from committee members? I just have one. Is the intent for the road network within it to be part of the condominium corporation, or is it intended to be a municipally maintained road?
The road itself is intended to be a common element condominium.
Okay.
Very similar to the previous plan that was approved. That was the idea. There will be municipal services running underneath the road, but the road itself will be a common element condominium.
So the condominium corporation will be responsible for snow clearing,
That is correct.
all the rest of it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Any other questions? No? Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else wishing to speak on the application? If you could come if you could come forward, activate the microphone and state your name.
Thank you, kindly. Let me, I'll just shut that down. Is this on? There we
Yep,
go.
yep.
She's activated. Thank you kindly. So my question is just
If you could just
respective.
state your name for the record.
Thank you kindly.
Yep.
It's Brandon Rowland. And my question was just regarding the access for the marina when it comes to heavy equipment and boats. Using that one lane that we have proposed there does not seem wide enough for full access for 100-foot transport trucks, respectively, to be able to get through and navigate. And I just kind of want to see and talk to somebody about that plan and make sure that we are thinking about that moving forward.
So your concern is on the access off of Dundas over the tracks? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, that is not proper access there to be able to get boats and trailers because of the elevation.
Okay,
So they do have to use the access that comes in from behind the hotel there.
okay, okay. All right, so we'll we'll note your concern. It'll be noted for staff, and if you want, you can have a conversation with staff afterwards, but your concern's on the public record, so it'll be addressed in a future report.
Okay, thank you
Yeah.
kindly.
Yeah, no problem. Any other question, or sorry, anyone else wishing to speak to the application? I'll ask a second time, and I'll ask a third time. No, okay, thank you. And bear with me here. Then I'll have a resolution that the zoning amendment application number PLZBA 2025-0251 be referred to the regular Planning Advisory Committee for consideration. Moved by Councillor Wright Miller, second by Councillor Henderson. All in favor? That's carried. And can I get a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting? Councillor Kelly, Councillor Brown, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Moving on to the Planning Advisory Committee, disclosure of pecuniary interests and general nature thereof. Seeing none. Minutes of the Planning Advisory Committee, resolution that the minutes of the Planning Advisory Committee meeting held on February 2nd, 2026 be approved. Moved by Mr. Baltutis, second by Ms. Van Dyke. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. No deputation. Correspondence, resolution that the Planning Advisory Committee receive the correspondence for information. Moved by Mr. Baltutis, seconded by Councillor Henderson. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Referrals from the public meeting, 6.1. Notice of complete application and introductory public meeting for proposed zoning bylaw amendment, bylaw 2024-100, 25 Old Bay Bridge Road, City of Belleville. Owner is Harbour LP 25, care of Luke Wilson. Applicant agent is Harbour LP 25, care of Thomas Binzik. And file number is PLZBA 2025-0251. Resolution reads that Principal Planners Report APS-2026-05, Notice of Complete Application and Introductory Public Meeting for Proposed Zoning Bylaw Amendment, Bylaw 2024-100, 25 Old Bay Bridge Road, City of Belleville be received, and that staff report back at such time as input from the public, commenting agencies, and municipal departments has been received, assessed, and addressed to the satisfaction of the Engineering and Development Services Department. Moved by Mr. Baltutis, second by Mr. Jennings. Questions or comments? Mr. Baltutis.
I guess this is for the staff, through you, Chair. That's classified as a floodplain, is it not, where they're planning on building? And is that taken into consideration through the design and how that floodplain is going to be modified, or what's going to be done to that so we don't have future flooding in that area? As we all know, if you've been in Belleville a long time, we've had a few floods in that area. So,
yeah, through you, Mr. Chair. Yes, this site has done an extensive stormwater management report considering the new flood elevation level. We've had meetings with Quinte Conservation in the past on this site. Essentially, due to its proximity to the bay, the quantity control is not really triggered. So essentially what they really have to do is control for quality, which they are proposing a jellyfish OGS unit, which is kind of the state-of-the-art new OGS unit on the market, which will satisfy the requirements for the quality control aspects.
thank you for that. I hope the homeowners would be satisfied with that too if you bought and placed there.
Any other questions from community members? No? Okay, I got a resolution on the floor. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. No reports, information matters, official plan and zoning amendment monitoring report dated March 2026 be received. Councillor Brown, second by Mr. Fenton. Any questions or comments? I just have one. How often are we going back to applicants and asking for updates? If I were to look, the very first one, Macaulay Show Me House Unlimited. The last update we have is staff requested the proposed zoning bylaw amendment be reframed in the context of the current bylaw. That was in December, so that's 2.5 months ago. There's another one where, I'll ask that one first. How often are we following up with the applicants?
Through the chair, that is correct. It was December we had last followed up. Typically, every few months, we reach out just to see where things are going.
Okay. The second one related to 174 Maitland Drive. The last update was January, but it looks as though the staff or the applicant's been following up with our MPPs. It looks like they've been following up with MTO. Do we have any indication that MTO is going to move on this thing at all, or are they going to continue to be an obstacle? That's my editorial, not yours, so.
Through the chair, that is something that they have been working on for quite a while with the higher level of government and MTO. So they sound optimistic every time I talk to them, but we haven't seen a letter yet.
Okay, and then the last one that caught my attention was FO10 Planning Plus Design, 621 Dundas Street East. It looks as though the last update was in October. Staff met with the applicants to discuss submission and comments of the proposed future public road, and that was October. Anything new there?
Yeah, not exactly, no. With that one, at our last meeting, we had requested some additional information from their environmental consultants in terms of the road network through the proposed development and such, and we have not received that information yet.
Okay, so it's safe to say then in all those applications, the city just has to simply wait until the applicant provides the information to move it forward, is that correct?
Yes, I mean, essentially, we can either wait or we can push it to a decision if needed. The challenge with that is that typically without the necessary information, staff would have to recommend that the application be refused, and so then it would have to start all over again if they continued after that.
Yeah, okay, thanks. And I wasn't intending any resets. It was a matter of that we are basically at the mercy of the applicant in providing that information. Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments from committee? Okay, we got a resolution to receive that. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. General business. Seeing none, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting at 5:57 p.m. Moved by Mr. Fenton, seconded by Mr. Baltutis. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you.